Hello, boys and girls, welcome back. So, we were discussing chapter number one, which is automated business process. So, we have divided this chapter into various parts and we have discussed multiple parts. So, part A was talking about what's the enterprise business process, part B was talking about automating this enterprise business process. Third part was talking about what's the risk and all its related concepts. So last May we have also seen risk management strategies. Now in this class, let us focus on part number D, which is enterprise risk management. So enterprise risk management is a very important question for your exam, and in this we have to discuss three particular questions. So in our material, you will be finding all these questions in part D. So part D may we will be talking about meaning of ERM, benefits of ERM, and what are the components of ERM. Okay. So after that, we will be talking about controls. So first, let us focus on part D, ERM meaning, sir. Now, so what exactly ERM means? Let us try to understand, sir. Enterprise risk management is what we are talking about. Now, so before I talk about ERM, let us try to understand in this manner. So every organization will have some objectives. Agree? Every organization will have some objectives. When I say organization, it can be profit making organization, it can be an NGO or non-profit organization, government organization, it can be any organization. So I will just better write down, any organization will have some or the other objectives. So you may call these objectives as business objectives. Agree? So can I say this is what we have also seen in SM paper, sir? Ki every business will have some objectives, sir. Okay, very good. Now, can I say this organization is existing in environment? This organization is existing in our environment, sir. And this environment is what you call as business environment, sir. Agreed? This is also a concept which I have taught you in SM paper, sir. Now, sir, we have also seen that this environment is highly uncertain. This environment is highly dynamic. Agree? So why I say this environment is uncertain or dynamic? Because it keeps on changing. It keeps on rapidly changing, sir. So what will happen tomorrow? We don't know. Nobody expected pandemic situation like corona, but it did came, sir. So can I say it keeps on changing? And no, matlab, maybe in future, है ना? Maybe क्या? Definitely we should be hopeful that this pandemic situation will get over, things will become normalized. So can I say things keeps on changing, sir? Now, sir, so can I say business environment is highly uncertain, sir? Okay, because it keeps on changing, because it is dynamic, sir. Now, because of this uncertainty, can I say two things are possible, sir? Ki this uncertainty, this future change may bring opportunity to the business. This future change may bring opportunity to the business, or this future change, or you can say this future change can be favorable, and this future change can be unfavorable, sir. Agreed or not, sir? Yes. So it can favor the organization, it can be unfavorable, sir. Sir, when I say it can favor the organization, meaning what, sir? Whatever change has happened is complementing our business, sir. Only thing what we have to do is we have to seize this opportunity, we have to capitalize this opportunity. Ek example, sir. Imagine our organization is Paytm or Google Pay, whatever you say. Let's take an example of Paytm only, sir. So our organization is Paytm. So can I say demonetization could have been a threat to most of the organizations, sir. But can I say for us, for Paytm, it was a favorable thing, sir. Why? Most of the time, you know that Paytm used to deal with digital money only and not with what, sir? Physical money. And can I say demand of Paytm increased by leaps and bounds during demonetization season? Agreed? Yes. Sir, what could be unfavorable, sir? Can I say these are those changes which will not allow Paytm to achieve the objectives, or these are those things which will create obstacle for Paytm to achieve their objectives, sir. Agreed? Like any law changes, RBI has changed the law, sir. Example, imagine digital wallet is no more valid. This is what RBI said. Imagine, sir. So can I say this could be a biggest obstacle? This could be a biggest hindrance for Paytm to do the business, sir. So legal law changes it could be, or there can be changes. Say for example, severe competition coming in, new competitor coming in, sir. Or there could be changes in technology, technological changes, or there could be any what do you say, disaster kind of a thing, sir. Or you can say server failure. So as a many things I can write, sir. Can I say all these things, demonetization happening, RBI changing their law, competitor coming in the market, bringing new products in the market, can I say all these things are called as what, sir? Events. So environment is uncertain because in environment new events keeps on happening. These events may be favorable, or these events may provide opportunity, or these events may be unfavorable, sir. Now unfavorable events are causing biggest obstacle. Can I say they bring biggest obstacles, sir? Can I say they are allowing organization to achieve the objectives, or they are not allowing the organization to achieve the objectives? They are not allowing organization to achieve objectives. And if you remember in our previous class when we have discussed all the definitions, this is what I call as risk. Because did they happen or they may happen? They may happen. Sir, if it happens, then we will call this as a threat. But it may happen. Can I say probability है ना? So these things are called as risks. Okay. Now, sir, do you think businesses may only one or two risk will be there, or there can be many risks, sir? So businesses may there can be many risks. I have just given you example of four risks, sir, है ना? So you may have many risks. And tell me, sir, are these risks we are talking for a particular department of an organization? Now this organization may have departments also. So are we talking about this risk for a department or for entire organization? So we are talking about this risk for entire organization. This risk for entire organization. So can I call this entire organization risk as enterprise risk? Answer is yes. Entire organization risk को I can call as what, बच्चा? Enterprise risk, sir. Okay. So businesses will face many events, है ना? So future is uncertain. This uncertainty will bring events. Now these events may be bringing favorability also and unfavorability also. Favorable matlab these are those things which creates opportunity for the business, and unfavorable matlab these are those things which will create hindrance for the business, and we call this as risk, sir. So risk kya hai, sir? Risk is uncertainty. Risk is something which will not allow the organization to achieve their objectives. Agreed? Now, sir, try to understand very carefully. Last may I'm going to build my answer for ERM, sir. Okay. So abhi tak ke liye I guess things are very clear, sir. So businesses will have many risks, sir. Now, sir, now my question to you people is, if businesses are facing many risks, enterprise is facing many risks. Now this risk may be technological risk. Agree? So this risk could be business risk. This risk could be technological risk, or this risk could be data related risk. This also we have studied in our previous class. If you can recall, different types of risk may, categories of risk may, we have seen different types of risks. Okay. Acha baat hai. So all these risks are possible, sir. So now my question to you people is, sir, these are such type of risk which may happen to my businesses, sir. Should I keep calm or should I do something? मैं चुपचाप बैठूं, let this events happen, let this cause problem to the businesses, or should I act proactively? Sir, I should act proactively, sir. So what should I do, sir? I should try to manage this risk. What I should do, sir? I should try to manage this risk. Sir, इसी को हम बोलते हैं risk management. I should try to manage the risk. Now you may ask me, sir, what is risk management, sir? Agreed. So if at all, again you can recall, sir, previous class mein hi we have discussed risk management strategies, whereby I told you the definition of risk management. So risk management mein you have to find out from where the risk is coming, then you have to assess the risk considering the probability, that is likelihood and impact, and then you have to mitigate the risk, sir. Agree? So now what should organization do, sir? Organization try to manage the risk. So if risk can happen, we have to manage the risk, sir. So what I have to do, sir? I have to identify those risks which are causing problem to my objectives. That is step number one, sir. After trying to identify, then I have to assess the risk, assessment of risk. And assessment of risk I will be doing on 2 points, sir. One is I will be checking the likelihood of occurrence, that is probability of occurrence, plus I would also see how much impact it has, sir. Correct, hai na? Sir, 100 risks are there. Now imagine, sir, we have identified all the risks. Say for example, business mein 100 types of risk are possible, technological, business risk, data related, sab milakar 100 risks are possible, sir. Now do you think all 100 risks will happen on the same day? Answer is no. So can I say some will have high probability, some will have low probability? And don't you think all will cause same exposure, same impact, sir? Answer is no. Some may bring more losses, some may bring less losses, sir. It's same like your EIS paper, sir. So can I say all 5 chapters may all are important? The answer is no. Some are more important, some are less important. So can I say our studies will also depend on that chapter which is more important. Similarly, here also we are going to assess the risk on the basis of likelihood and impact. Whoever's likelihood and impact is higher, so can I say we will be trying to solve those risks upfront, sir. Because always remember, sir, risk को mitigate करने के लिए you have to implement controls, and controls are not free of cost. Controls are not free of cost, sir. So can I say for implementing controls you have to pay money, sir. You have to incur cost, sir. And sometimes we need not protect that thing which is not important, sir. So can I say first try to find out that risk which will have more impact and has more probability, sir, so that we will solve that upfront, sir. And there could be some risk which will have very minor impact, sir. So can I say such risk you can ignore also. This is what we have studied in risk management strategies, sir. Okay. So third, we will assess the risk, sir. Now can I say third thing what we have to do is risk mitigation. So here we are going to decide what strategies we have to perform. Remember, risk response strategy. So based on our risk response strategy, we are going to mitigate the risk, sir. Okay. Now remember, sir, you cannot do something. You cannot try to completely evaluate. You cannot completely remove the risk, sir. Matlab, sir, imagine when you are writing an exam, losing marks is a risk, sir. Sir, now tell me, sir, is it possible for any student to get 100 on 100, sir? Sir, now we are talking about in CA exam, not your school exam, sir. 100 on 100 getting, do you think, is it possible, sir? In a theory paper, that too, sir? Sir, next to impossibility, sir. मतलब कितना भी prepare कर लो, you prepare to your fullest extent, some marks so you will definitely lose, maybe 4 marks, 5 marks, 10 marks, 15 marks, depending upon the situation, sir. Agreed? So risk mitigation is possible, but completely can you mitigate the risk? Answer is no. So how long you should mitigate the risk, sir? Sir, every organization will have something called risk tolerance limit. So you have to mitigate this risk up to your risk tolerance limit. Up to your risk tolerance limit, sir. So can I say up to your risk tolerance limit, if you can mitigate the risk, that is more than enough. Because, sir, after this, whatever risk happens is an acceptable level of risk, sir. Matlab, you have accepted this. For example, power failure of 8 hours or power failure of 10 hours is a risk in your organization, sir. Agreed? So power failure of 10 hours is a risk in your organization. Now you have assessed that power failure is very causing high impact for your organization, meaning your company cannot survive without power, sir. So this is having high probability also, high impact also. So now what is that you have to do, sir? Mitigate this risk. So maybe you will have a generator, inverter, etc., sir. Now the point is, now can I say power failure or power shortage in your organization every day is for 10 hours, sir. So do you think you will bring the generator backup for 10 hours? Answer is no, sir. Now imagine your organization office timings are only for 6 hours, 5 hours, whatever it is, sir. So can I say business hours ke liye, if at all you can have a power backup, that is more than enough, sir. So subsequently, if that power backup is not there, chalega, not at all a problem, sir. Agreed or not, sir? Yes, it may have small impact, but can I say it will not cause problem to your business, sir? So can I say maybe 6 hours backup is enough, so remaining 2 hours backup is your acceptable level of risk, sir. Agreed? So you should try to manage the risk, mitigate the risk up to which extent, sir? Up to your risk tolerance limit, sir. Afterwards, any risk is there, chalega, sir. Not at all a problem. Similarly, sir, if there are many chapters in your income tax paper, sir, all chapters we are not studying on the day of exam, sir. Most important chapters we will cover, sir, and small chapters like deductions या फिर exemptions, salary, जो भी है small chapters है, you may try to keep it at acceptable levels, because you know that rarely question will come, and even if it comes you can leave it for choice. So this is what I mean by risk tolerance limit. Up to this whatever happens you will tolerate, but iske upar you cannot tolerate, sir. So you should manage this also up to your risk tolerance limit, sir. Agreed? अच्छी बात है. So अभी तक what we have done, sir, organization is surviving in an environment is uncertain. This uncertainty is because of multiple events which are happening. These events may bring opportunity, these events may bring risk are those things which will cause hurdles in achieving organization's objectives. As an organization we have to do manage this risk. So risk management के लिए I have to find out from where the risk is coming, then I have to assess the risk, and then I have to mitigate the risk. While mitigating the risk, I have to mitigate to the extent of risk tolerance limit. Entire thing, I guess you have understood, sir. Agreed or not, sir? Yes. Now, my question to you people is, all these activities, all these things, managing the risk, mitigating the risk, yes, sab kar rahe ho, sir. Now, question is, why you are doing this? Why you are doing this? Because you want to achieve, or you want to attain what, sir? Business objectives. Correct hai na? Sir, these were the things which were not allowing you to achieve the business objectives. By doing risk mitigation, what you have to do is achieve the business objectives. You have to do achieve the business objectives. Okay, next question is, sir, ye jo whatever you have done, sir, this risk management thing you have done, sir, do you think is it a one time activity? Is it a one-time activity? Answer is no. Now, can I say mitigation you have done, sir? Sir, just because you have done some mitigation, example, you have implemented some controls. Sir, आपने controls लगा लिए, तो do you think lifelong your organization will become risk free? Answer is no, sir. है ना? So future में new risk will come. So can I say when new risk will come, again you have to identify those new risks. Again you have to do the risk assessment. Again you have to do the risk mitigation, sir. So do you think this 3 steps is a one-time activity, or it keeps on happening, sir? It keeps on happening, sir. So can I say all these are one-time activity? No. Can I say they are recurring in nature? They are what, bacha? Recurring in nature. Because when risk keeps on changing, this activity should also keep on changing, sir. Sir, this is what I call as process, because they keep on happening, sir. On recurring basis it is happening. So isko hum bolenge process, and this process is what I call as enterprise risk management. This process is what I call as enterprise risk management, sir. I hope you understood this answer, sir. So whatever this process which you are doing on a recurring basis to manage the risk, this is what I mean by enterprise risk management, sir. I hope you understood this in a crystal clear manner, sir. Okay. So now ये तो समझ गया, but what you have to write in exam, that is also very important, sir. So if at all first you want to just make a note of this, you can make a note of this, है ना? I'm just waiting for few seconds for you people, sir. So you just write down if required. Okay, so this process is what I mean by enterprise risk management, sir. Okay, now, so I would now like to ask you some questions, sir. ERM. Okay, ERM. ERM क्या है? ERM is nothing but एक process. ERM is nothing but one process. Okay, sir. First point. Next is, who is doing this ERM process? Sir, who is involved? Sir? Obviously, can I say you are trying to assess the risk of departments or entire organization? Entire organization. Are you talking about any particular department process risk, or you are talking about enterprise risk? You are talking about enterprise risk, sir. So, who will be the person who will be involved in this process, sir? Obviously कंपनी का बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स और कंपनी का मैनेजमेंट और कंपनी में अपॉइंट सम अदर पर्सनल सर. So can I say those other personals may also be there, sir? Because do you expect total business knowledge to be there with one particular person? Answer is no. So can I say maybe if it is a Paytm, sir, RBI related law को समझने के लिए you may have a person who will be having expertise in understanding all the laws. Agreed? So can I say he could be the technical person? Now when I say technical person, matlab he may have knowledge about a particular aspect. Now that aspect can be a legal aspect, that aspect can be a technological aspect. Sir, imagine some hacking can is possible. So can I say here this other person may be a technical person, sir? Agreed? So ERM is a process. Agreed? So next is, who will be doing this process, sir? Sir, it can be your board of directors, it can be your management, or it can be other persons. Next. सर नेक्स्ट, ये जो प्रोसेस है, व्हेन यू शुड डू दिस सर, व्हेन इफ यू डू दैट वुड बी मोर बेटर सर. सर बेटर यू डू दिस प्रोसेस at the time of strategy setting. So when you are preparing the strategy or formulating the strategy, at that time only you try to incorporate all these things, sir, है ना, strategy setting, sir. Sir, what we are doing in this process, what we are doing in this process, sir, we are trying to find out potential events. What we are doing in this process, sir, we are trying to find out the potential events which can happen, sir, है ना, potential events which can happen in the organization, sir. Agreed? Next, sir, now can I say this potential events, what it will do, sir? This potential events will have impact on organization. This potential events will have impact on organization, sir. Agreed? So now the point is, only this potential events which are having impact, sir, only you will try to identify them? Answer is no. Sir, identify to karenge, sir. Now, can I say along with identification, what I should also do is manage them. What should I also do is manage them, sir. Now, manage them up to which extent? Manage them up to tolerance limit. Now, tolerance limit ko I also call as risk appetite. What is this called as, bacha? Risk appetite. So either you say manage this up to your tolerance limit, or you say manage this up to your risk appetite, sir. Agreed? Now question is, by doing all these things, what will happen, sir? Sir, a reasonable assurance is getting. मतलब we will get one reasonable assurance that entity का objective will be achieved. एक reasonable assurance मिलेगा कि entity का objectives will be what, बच्चा? Achieved, sir. Okay, so this is what you have to write in exam. This is what you have to write in exam. So what is ERM? ERM एक process है. Who does this? Board of directors, management, other personnel, sir. Either all can do or mixture is possible, sir. Mostly all these people may collectively, one or two people will come together and they will form one team, sir. Okay, so it is that team which will perform this process, sir. Sir, when you should do this process, sir? Sir, better you do at the time of your strategy setting only. At that time only you define this process, sir. Sir, what we are doing in this process, we are trying to identify potential events which can have impact on the organization, sir. Sir, only identifying no, manage them up to which limit, sir? Up to your risk tolerance limit or risk appetite, sir. And by doing this, what is happening, sir? Sir, we will be getting a reasonable assurance. Remember, absolute assurance never comes. For example, you are attending my class, sir. That doesn't mean I will give you 100% guarantee that you will pass the exam, sir. So can I say I will teach? Can I say your efforts are also important? Remember, no control is foolproof. Agreed? No faculty can give you a guarantee that you will 100% pass the exam, sir. Agreed? So controls we apply, all faculties will give you reasonable assurance. Even auditor audits the financial statement, sir. But can I say there also we don't give absolute assurance, we give reasonable assurance, sir. है ना? So here reasonable assurance is there, sir, कि business will achieve their objectives, sir. As a faculty, I am also giving you a reasonable assurance that I will help you in clearing your exams, sir. है ना? This entire answer is what you have to write it for ERM, sir. Now, how you have to reproduce, I have already told you, sir. Now, we will see whether same wordings are there in our material or not, sir. So, देखो ERM क्या है? ERM is nothing but a process affected by. Now, exam में तो continuous line you have to write, sir. Here I have broken down into various parts, but exam में you ensure that all things you are writing in a paragraph, sir. So, ERM is a process affected by entity ka board of directors, management, other personals. Sir, when they are doing this at the time of strategy setting. And this strategy, are they preparing for a department, entire organization, sir. Now this process, who will design, sir? This process, this process who will design? Management will design. This process will do what? This process will identify potential events, that may affect the entity, sir. Only identify? No. Can I say after identifying, we will manage the risk. Up to which level we will manage the risk, sir? Up to your risk appetite, sir. So that what will happen, sir? A reasonable assurance is given कि entity will achieve its business objectives. Entity will achieve its business objectives. I hope you understood this point, sir. Clear hai bacha? Now, sir, so this is what we have written there also, here also, sir. So can I give one conclusion? क्या मैं एक conclude कर सकता हूँ, sir, कि ERM provides one framework. ERM provides one framework to deal with what? Uncertainties. ERM provides one framework to what? Deal with what, sir? Uncertainty. What do you mean by framework, sir? Anything which helps you in doing things, sir. Agreed? So dhacha, can I say this is what we say in Hindi, sir? So it is helping you in achieving objectives, sir. So can I say, you said business environment is highly uncertain. So how you will deal with this uncertainty? ERM is helping you, sir. So ERM provides a framework to deal with uncertainty, sir. Now this line को इतना बड़ा point में they have explained, sir. Agreed? So but what they wanted to convey in second point was this only. ERM provides a framework to deal with uncertainty. You can check it out. Every organization exists to provide value to its stakeholders. Agreed? Sir, all entities will face uncertainty. Whether you are a NGO, profit making company, government or enterprise, everyone will face what, bacha? Uncertainties. Now uncertainties are giving what? Challenges to the management, sir. Now every uncertainty ke sath risk will also come, opportunities will also come. Can I say, did I discuss this also or not, sir? Ki every uncertainty is what I am calling as event. These events will bring opportunity also and risk also, sir, or threats also, sir. So ERM is helping the organization to effectively deal with uncertainty. Can I say this is what I was talking about, sir? Sir, it helps you in dealing with uncertainty only, or it also helps you in capitalizing this opportunity? It also helps you in capitalizing this opportunity. Simple hai. When you implement this process, when you follow this process, you come to know what are those things which will have impact on the organization. You will also come to know those things which are favorable to the enterprise, sir. Now tell me, sir, after knowing something which is favorable to you as a management, will you keep calm, or you will try to seize this opportunity? Obviously you will try to seize this opportunity, sir. Agreed? So can I say ERM not only helps you to deal with uncertainty, but ERM also helps you to seize the opportunity, by which you will be building value to your organization. That is nothing but achieving objectives, sir. Agreed? So can I say ERMMA, what you have done, sir? Can I say ERMA, you have identified those events, sir, determined, that is called risk assessment. Can I say this risk assessment you have done based on impact, based on consequence, based on probability, sir, and then you have mitigated the risk, sir. Can I say this is nothing but those three steps: identifying the risk assessment, and risk mitigation, sir. This total thing was called as what, bacha? Risk management, sir. Agreed? And last में ERM process is is to be applied by only profit making company? Answer is no. So ERM process can be followed by any entity, whether you are a profit making NGO, non-profit making, or government body, sir. I hope you have completely understood ERM definition in a better manner. Yes, I agree. I have taken 30 minutes to explain you this particular definition. But now, can I say you will not forget the wordings also, sir? So very simple, sir. What is ERM? ERM is a process affected by whom? Three people, sir. Board of directors, management, and other personnel, sir. Now, when you will be doing this applied at the time of strategy setting, where across the organization, sir. What it will be doing, sir? Sir, here we are trying to find out all the potential events which will have impact on the organization. Only find out? No. So can I say now we have to manage this risk till your risk appetite, sir. Sir, what it is providing, sir? Reasonable assurance. Key, what will be achieved, sir? Your business objectives will be achieved, sir. So can I say very simple manner may you understood. Second, ERM is helping the organization to deal with uncertainty and also to seize the opportunity. So in fact, even if you don't write all these points, chalega. Sir, this is the main concluding point. So if you can write down this concluding point, that is more than enough. But why did I give this in material? Because these 3 points, if you understand, then understanding this 4 point will be easy for you, sir. Exam may, if you write this point, that is more than enough, bacha. Okay. And third wala, ERM is helping you in doing these three things. So can I say here you remember which definition, sir? Risk management ka definition. 3 steps we have studied. You can see previous page may it is there, sir. So last May, which company can apply ERM? ERM can be applied by all the companies, sir. Clear? So with this, we conclude ERM ka definition. So next class May, we will be discussing benefits of ERM, and then we will be talking about components of ERM, sir. Okay. Thank you very much.